Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Kfierce IRL, where I'm turning my abandoned family land into my future homestead. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite trees. You can see here, as I pointed out on my last video, this is called a Persian silk tree. It is in the mimosa family, but it is not a mimosa tree. Come to find out, a lot of people mislabel that information, but they are actually, the flowers on it are very, very different. And as you can see, as soon as I grab a branch or two to try to bring it down, but they have these gorgeous flowers. Let me see if I can find one over here. There they are. You can see it's been rainy, so they're not their best fluffy self lookings. I'll pick a good picture up here in the video, but we're gonna go harvest some of these flowers. Now my tree is super high up, so it's hard for me to one-handedly harvest a lot of these on camera, but you basically just pick them off like this. They come off real easy. They're such a nice little fluffy flower, and they look so cute, and they hold on to these, and basically I just collect a lot of these. Now while I'm over here harvesting, these flowers, the tea from it and the tincture from it are great to help with anxiety, depression. It's just an overall happiness booster. It helps if you're dealing with a lot of mental issues. This is a really great tree, in my opinion, and super healthy and definitely great to have on hand. Plus, it's a beautiful tree that attracts a tons of bees and hummingbirds and pollinators alike. So I definitely enjoy this tree, and it has a lot of benefits. You know, look it up yourself. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not here going to be telling you it's good for this, this, and this, and this, but I will tell you it does help me with mine. So it's been a hot minute because my neighbor always wants to mow the lawns whenever I'm recording. Any rate, so pretty much when I'm done with it and I bring my jar back, I'll usually put like a paper towel or something on top, because you'll notice there's a lot of bugs that love, specifically inchworms, that like to live in here. And as you can see, I don't know if you can actually see, but there's some, you know, there's some little creepy crawlies. You know, you want to get out all the bugs you can. So now what I like to do to make sure that it all stays good is I'll take some water, pour me some water in here, get a good little bit, and just swirl it around, give it a good rinsey rinse. Because I'm going to try to rinse out all the buggies, clean it off, you know. And then once you get it all rinsed out, take your strainer. This is what I'm using as a strainer because, you know, I don't really have a strainer, but you know what? It works. So I'm going to dump it out and put it to the side. Okay, and we allowed our things to dry a little bit. They're still a little wet, but it's fine. I just didn't want them to be like dripping, soaking wet. So I just took my jar that I was previously using and just going to set it here. And what I'm going to do is set this over to the side. And I'm going to take these flowers and I'm just going to pluck them. Sometimes when you pluck them, you'll see they have these little green tips onto it. You just want to make sure those little tips are broken off. Any type of green is bitter, so we don't want it to be bitter. And whoops, one of them made it in there. There we go. Sometimes, you know, you can use whatever container you want to store them in. I just use these jars because these jars are all I really have right now, so they kind of fit the job. So I'm just going to go through, do me a plucky pluck, drop the flower in there. I'm actually going to set this to the side because I only have so much space here to show y'all what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take my flower and we're just going to pluck it out. And we've got a couple of these green edges. Just going to make sure those are nice and broken off. And then we're going to take our little feathery flowers and we're going to drop it in the cup. Just like that, as you can see. So I'm going to sit here and do this for a little while, you know. I definitely enjoy doing these on evenings where, you know, I don't have anything planned and I can just sit out here and work for a little bit. It's not for everybody, but I definitely enjoy it. I'm enjoying a lot more of the little things in life nowadays, you know, just sitting back and relaxing and plucking flowers, you know. And then I just kind of just toss the flower stems to the side because, you know, they're just going to decompose anyway. So once I get there, then I'll take on a new flower. Now you can just like cut them like this if you're short on time or you're lazy or you just don't want to deal with all this. Sometimes like little work like this can strain people's eyes. So if you have eye issues, it's much easier to just cut them and you'll end up with a little less flower, but you know what? That's okay. You just got to pick a couple more, you know? It's not like they're going anywhere. Once they've already bloomed, they've already fed the bees and the butterflies. And let me tell you what, though, they smell so good. Like I'll legitimately keep a couple of flowers just to set aside to smell because they are delicious. And look how cute they look. Like they got such a gorgeous color. Like I really love these flowers, you know. You see this time, you see how I left a little bit on the edge? That's fine, you know, because we still got all this flower, you know, we still got all of these. So if you just kind of pluck the whole bunch off and you leave a little bit of the white at the stem, that's fine too, you know. You got to do what you got to do, and as long as you like it, that's all that matters, you know. So I'm going to finish up these and I will get back to ya. Now you can also use the bark as well. The bark is apparently stronger than the flowers, but while I sit here and pick these for you, the flowers actually have this is often what's referred to as the happiness tree. And the reason why is because when you drink the flowers, it it almost gives you a little bit of a high, so to speak. You know, it releases happy chemicals in your brain. I know this flower is often used in a lot of Chinese medicine. And so what we'll end up, now you can make a tincture out of them as well if you know, soak them in a spicy adult beverage, so to speak. But what we're going to do here in a little bit is to make a tea once I get these finished. So let me get these finished, okay? Okay, and so now I have it done. As you can see, we just have just a little bit. It was just a lighter harvest today, but we have plenty of flowers to work with. Now you can dehydrate these or put them in your oven on a low heat for like 10 minutes or so. But you can also use them fresh to make a fresh tea, and that's what we're going to be doing here in a few. So give me a moment. Let me go heat up some water, shall we? Okay, so now I have my coffee mug or my tea mug, and it has its own steeper. You can use a French press, you can use whatever you want to steep. In this case, I like to use this. This is nice. So you really don't need that much flowers. I think it's like a tablespoon for like 12 ounces or whatever. So I just take what's called a little fingerful. It's whatever I pull out in between two fingers. Well, a little more than that, but you know, like a fingerful. This is kind of what I do. And I just put it down there, you know, not too much, you can see, just enough to have in there. And so now we're going to get the hot water. So I lied, as you can see, I did put a little more in there. You want to make sure the whole bottom's covered. I was looking at it, I was like, it's not really enough. So now we're going to take our hot water and I'm just going to fill my cup up like so. And I can almost immediately smell it as my cup gets really hot. So now we're just going to put the lid on here, and you're going to let it steep for like 7 to 10 minutes is what I like to do. So I'll see y'all here back in about 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to get a different angle, so hopefully you'll be able to see this now. So this has been steeping for about 8-ish minutes. So obviously I'm going to take my lid off. And I'm going to very carefully, because it's still real hot, make sure it's all drained out. Now, at this point in time, you can drink this as is. And I did this the way for the camera so you could actually see the inside of it. And you can see the color of it. It's got a nice little color to it. There's some dust down at the bottom. I'm trying to see if you can see it, but either rate, that's literally just like the pollen off the flowers. Now, if you drink this as is, it will literally taste like you put flour in water. So you can put, I heard of people put a lot of honey in it. I don't have any honey, so I'm not putting honey in it right now. But I plan to put in a little bit of sugar. And what I also like to do is put in a little lemon. And then I'm just going to sprinkle me, in a little bit of lemon. And as you can see, once you put in a bit of lemon juice, the color changes. And it turns into like a pink colored tea. The lemon actually changes the color, so I'm gonna just drop that in there for a little bit, let that soak. But maybe not, because that one has the flour on it still. Whoops. But as you can see now, it is a nice, lovely pink colored drink. So it's a magic turning drink with a little bit of lemon or lemon juice. So since that's cooled a little bit, we're going to take ourselves a little sip. And basically, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy my tea. I'm going to have my brain feel a little happy, get a little happy wave. So thank you guys for hanging out with me in today's video and enjoying my tea with me. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye!